Guess what day it is?
It's Halloween.
And in honor of spooky season, I am going to pull a little bit of the other part of my life into this home-based channel. I read tarot cards, I do astrology, I get a little witchy.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
And of course, it's always going to integrate this channel because this channel is about my home and my home life, and I do witchy, magical, new age stuff in my home. I do believe in magic and witchcraft and magical thinking, but I also am 100% okay if all of that is just spicy psychology tricking my brain into believing things that then I see in my own reality.
Seeing is believing.
To paraphrase Albert Einstein, I believe that there are two ways to live in the world. One is as if nothing is magical, and the other is as if everything is magical. And isn't it a little more fun just to believe that everything is magical?
You're a good witch, not a bad witch.
With that in mind, I'm going to give you some magical tips for cleansing, clearing, and making comfortable your home based on the idea that everything is magic.
And now, for the first time,
I'm going to reference my Book of Shadows. Where is my Book of Shadows? So our first category of ways to cleanse your home, sight. So if you are a more visual person, if you tend to dream very vividly, if you tend to be able to do visualizations and meditation practices, you might find that the easiest way, and honestly, the quickest of all the things on this list, is through visualization. Now, visualization can be anything that resonates for you. That's the beautiful thing about magic, is that it's basically just telling yourself a story that feels vivid and resonant. So you're going to visualize clearing your home of any negative or bad energy by visualizing some sort of cleaning going on within your space. You can close your eyes and meditate on the image of your ancestors, your guides, little forest friends cleaning your home, wiping things down, vacuuming things up, and sucking up the old bad energy. You can even do one of my favorite visualizations that I've pulled from Chris Corsini's New Moon and Full Moon workshop, and picture a green fire in the center of your space, literally sucking up any negative energy and burning it away. The next tip that I have for you is smoke.
smoke.
Smudging is essentially just burning various herbs around your home and letting the smoke clear away any negative energies. I think we're gonna need some props. So this is my very depleted smudge kit that I like to use in my home. I do need to refresh. I'm down to the nubs on some of these bundles, but smoke tends to be the sort of cliche, witchy, new age way that we think of to cleanse a space. There's a whole host of herbs that you can utilize, but my personal favorites are white sage or garden sage. I do want to put a little asterisk on this and say that sage really should be ethically harvested. There is a problem as sage becomes a little more popular in the New Age world of people going into regions where the herb is grown for indigenous people's religious practices and taking that supply. So be mindful of where the source is if you're buying it, and if you want to grow it in your backyard, all the better. If you find that your particular herb or smudge stick has a tendency to ash a lot, you want to carry around a bowl or plate with you as you're waving your smoky substance around. You can catch any of the embers, and just be mindful of furniture, wood, paper, and pets. The other herb that I really enjoy having on hand is cedar. Cedar does tend to be one of the ones that gets a little flakier when it burns, and it also is kind of hard to burn initially. It's hard to get lit. But once you do get it lit, it has this nice homey scent to it. And it's actually the herb that I use the most when I'm trying to make a new space feel like home, or kind of reset the coziness level of my own home space. There are cedar-lined closets. There are hope chests filled with family keepsakes that are made of cedar. It's to keep the moths away, but that scent has a powerful association. So I like to burn cedar for things that tend to deal with being safe and at home and grounded. If you're looking to clear just the bad energy and keep the good vibes, the good memories, the connections that you've shared in that space with others, you might want to go to Palo Santo. It does tend to be a little less ashy when you burn it, and it is sometimes a little hard to light, but not quite as hard to light as our cedar usually is. And it has a very woody, earthy smell. And then don't underestimate the power of a good matchstick, not necessarily traditionally seen as a powerful cleansing herb. The fact that people keep matches in their bathroom to clear out bad energy that has left a residual smell in the space. So in a pinch, I like a good match.
Then light the match, Paul.
And speaking of fire safety, we have our next category that also involves a little bit of flame, and that is scent. Keep it simple with scent. What kind of scents do you gravitate towards? If you like burning a particular scent of candle, either all year round or at certain times of year, that's going to help shift the vibe and the energy in your space. If you like a certain room spray or essential oil to diffuse in your home, go with what feels good and cozy and homey to you. You can also even find sprays that are sort of diffusions of the herbs that we would normally smudge with. So if you do like the idea of smudging, but you don't like the idea of doing smoke, you can get them in spray form for Palo Santo, for sage, for just about any herb out there. Or you can even look up how to make your own. Fittingly, I do want to take a moment and note my little familiar friend up here, because you do want to be mindful using and diffusing essential oils if you do have pets in the home. There are a few different scents that are pet safe, so just look those up online, talk to your vet, do what you need to do to make sure that your feline and canine familiars stay safe and magical while you perform your magical rituals. Now we've covered sight and we've covered smell, but what about those that feel a little more auditorily inclined? If you're a particularly musical person, or if you respond really well to music, that is also a great way to magically shift the energy of your home. There are many, many spiritual practices and rituals that just involve joyful music. Put on a song that creates the mood that you want to feel in your space and dance it out. You can also practice clapping. There is a school of thought that says that the denser the energy, the heavier the vibe in a space, the less clear your clap will be. And so you can clear a space with sound by, you go into the corners of your closets and you clap until it's clear. You go all throughout your home and you clap until it's clear. And yes, it feels a little silly, but it's rooted in centuries-old superstitions, because it's also the reason and the mindset as to why there's a tradition on New Year's Eve of banging pots and pans or creating a lot of loud noise at midnight. Because there was a thought that banging pots and pans, blowing whistles, using noisemakers would scare away the evil spirits that might be wanting to follow you into the new year.
Take your bad vibes with you.
You can also just put on your favorite song, let it permeate the space, maybe a little Taylor Swift dance party.
Nice!
And then my final tip for you actually involves literal cleansing of your home with a little extra ingredient. And that is sweeping plus salt. Anyone who has seen the 90s classic Hocus Pocus knows that salt is a powerful witchy tool.
Only a circle of salt can protect thy victims from thy power.
And the way that it's used in Hocus Pocus is a way that is recommended for protection practices and spells. So if you want to be a good little white witch,
Clever little white witch.
you can put it on your windowsills and on the threshold entry to your house. I find that that feels a little messy. So a method that I prefer to use that kind of utilizes the same ideas behind this circle of salt is to sprinkle salt around my home before I sweep or vacuum. And this practice is said to absorb the negative energy because the salt attracts in negative vibrations. So while it might feel a little silly, it's a little extra step that doesn't really cost a lot, and it's also kind of fulfilling to be able to sweep something up. There's some sort of psychological satisfaction of actually seeing dirt, or in this case, salt, leave your floor, leave your home. So again, even if it's just spicy psychology, it's still, in my opinion, totally worth the magical thinking. If you would like more insights on the energy at hand, or energy cleansing, or tips on just how to live a more magical life, you can head over to my Substack known as Glass Half Full at michelleshaywalker.substack.com. While you're there, you can become a paid subscriber, because the funds from that help me to fund new equipment for this channel, new decor items to do makeovers, and maybe even some new fully formed smudge sticks. And if you like what you see here, subscribing on YouTube is totally free. Happy Halloween!